妙義の谷は深い。せいぜい命だけは大切にしろよ。
Konnichiwa, I'm Albo, and thank you for clicking on this video. If this is your first time discovering Drift Hunter, I recommend that you check out this playlist to see what my channel is all about. Drift Hunter is a documentary series about the underground street racing and drifting scene here in and around Gunma Prefecture in Japan. If you think what I'm doing is cool, I would love for you to subscribe and check out the rest of my channel. In a previous episode of Drift Hunter, which you can watch by clicking on this card, we took a look at Gunma Prefecture, which is the setting of this documentary series, where it initially takes place and where I live. Gunma is famous for the Gunma Sansan, Mount Aharna, Mount Akagi, and Mount Myogi, which are the three famous mountain ranges which dominate the skyline of Gunma. On today's episode, we're going to be taking an in-depth look at Mount Myogi, which is the home course of the Myogi Night Kids. We're going to be going for a drive up and down the course, then we're going to be climbing Mount Myogi using chains which are attached to the face of the rock wall. And when we come back down, we're going to be going for a drive and hang out with some of my friends who are from the area. Remember, a lot of these clips come from my Instagram stories, which you can watch daily at Drifthunters Albo before I upload them here on YouTube. I'm going to be introducing you to one of my best friends, Colin, who's actually stayed in Japan with me for a few weeks. We got into all sorts of adventures, and he's going to be in the next several of my videos. Hope you're ready, so strap in and let's go for a ride. Alright, so I'm here with my great buddy Colin. We go way back, all the way back to, from university. And he's going to be staying here for a few weeks, so we're going to get into a lot of adventures. And I just want to introduce you guys to him.
Yep. What's up, everybody?
Okay, so we're going to swap those tires for these tires, the Watanabes for the BBS rims. So I'm using a couple jacks, using Dan's car. Sorry, Dan, cover's still not on. And, ready? Let's do it. Alright, we're half done. It's hard work, but I'm glad that Colin's here to help me out. And I really wish I could have kept the Watanabes on, but yeah, it's kind of expensive to switch the wheels. Okay, we're all done. Actually, doesn't look too bad. It looks exactly like the little Tommy car I have. I'll show you guys in a second. But yeah, not too bad. Okay, so here is the toy version. Here's the real version. It's exactly the same. Okay, so now we're gonna go climb a mountain. We're gonna go climb Myogi. Let's do it. So we're here in Tomioka, and this is the closest city to Myogi. There's a beautiful torii gate over here with a nice view of Myogi. So I just decided to park my car here, get a quick view. It's beautiful, I call it. Oh, so beautiful. Torii gate is huge. Feeling good? Now that we've finished some sightseeing, it's onwards towards Mount Myogi, one of the three major mountains of Gunma Prefecture. In my opinion, if you're into cars and initial D, Mount Myogi is an absolute must visit. It has an amazing view as you drive up the toge, and if you have the time like we do today, it's an incredible and treacherous climb to the peak.
どこに車止めようか。頂上まで行くか。上の駐車場広いし。そうだな。とりあえず上がろう。
Throughout this video, there will be clips from Initial D like this one, synced with the exact places in real life, at least as best as I can match them. Yeah, we're gonna start. We're here in Myogi. I wanted to use the GoPro to see, to show you guys what, to give you guys a GoPro first-person perspective view of driving Myogi. And so, yeah, let's do it. I'm just gonna give the camera, the iPhone to Colin, and he's just gonna get some shots.
Let's do this.
All right, let's go.
OK 対向車来ませんカウントいくぞ54321 GO!
I've driven Myogi before in a previous video, which you can watch by clicking on this card up here. However, I'm excited to put you in the driver's seat with me using the GoPro 5. This section of the toge is the side that you can actually race in the Initial D arcade game. It's also the side of the toge that the Hashiryo who drive grip and go for time trials and toge battles actually use. The other side of the toge, which we will drive later on in this video, is the drift course. However, the actual start of the course is a little bit further up. In the upper left-hand corner is the run of Myogi from the Initial D arcade game. Watch carefully and you'll see how close the course actually maps to real life. Although there are a few differences, mostly additional hairpin corners in the game version, the virtual depiction is surprisingly accurate. The main difference is that the course feels a lot more narrow in real life, probably because you are of course confined to one lane. What's super cool is that despite the wacky arcade physics and all, the game developers actually managed to capture the same sense of driving on the real-life Toge. Okay, so this is the start of the real-life grip course.
This is where it starts getting technical, right here. Get different views.
We'll go into it more in future videos, but the Hashiriya of Myogi who run the grip course have a rule, and it's that you must not cut into the other lane. And it's easy to see why. There are so many sharp blind corners, and people run the uphill and downhill at the same time. Not to mention regular people also drive by even at night.
Of course it's so tight.
In the anime, a couple battles take place here. On the uphill portion like we are on now, Keisuke from the Akagi Red Suns races against Takeshi from the Myogi Night Kids. It's a drift versus grip battle between Keisuke's RX-7 FD and Takeshi's R32 GTR. It's a battle that comes down to the wire. While these days, most people believe that pure grip racing is faster than drift, in the tight windy corners of Myogi, it's difficult to say who would really have the advantage, especially since the level of skill of the Hashiriya was so high in the 90s. What I love about Myogi is that the grip course has relatively few straights, a lot of tight turns, and both steep elevation changes and long flat sections near the top. It's a little bit less steep than Haruna with fewer hairpins, but in my opinion, the corners are more challenging and require a real knowledge of the course layout. Also, because it's such a tight technical course, power doesn't matter as much because there isn't enough room for turbos to spool up and high-powered cars to really stretch their legs. As a result, Myogi attracts people with lower-powered K cars and nimble, agile cars like the Toyota 86, people who choose their cars for cornering ability. And of course, those Hashiriya then become very, very fast. As the old adage goes, it's more satisfying to drive a slow car fast than a fast car slow. But Myogi proves another maxim. If you can learn to drive a slow car fast, you can drive a fast car even faster, but the opposite doesn't hold true. That's why a lot of the Hashiriya cut their racing chops at Myogi, and some even go on to become professional racers. In the anime, you see people lining up along the side of the road to watch the races. This is called the gallery. However, in real life, at least nowadays, people don't really walk down the Toge to different areas because there aren't a lot of good places to park your car on the sidelines and watch. Most people park at the parking area where the real life course starts and just hang around there. Over here is generally the end of the real life course. People usually turn around here, however we're gonna keep going higher. This section of the Toge is also depicted in the Initial D arcade game, but unlike the previous section which had a lot more tight turns and a steep incline, this part is a little bit flatter with longer straights.
妙義の道路はあそこが登り切ったところだからゴール前のここはちょっとだけダウンヒルだよな最後だけ下りか
this is the end of the Myogi uphill course, or the start of the downhill. We're gonna pull into the parking lot over here to get our bearings and to figure out what we're gonna do next.
Is that so fun?
We're here at the top of Mount Myogi. Isn't this place amazing? It looks like a picture. Wow. I'm just eating an onigiri. Alright, so we are setting up some gear. I want to get some shots of the roads we're driving around. And then, so this is a stabilizer. This thing camera goes on like this. Alright, so I'll show you guys how this works. It's powered, so you turn it on. Then, no matter which way you move, it just stabilizes in that position. Isn't that cool? We're filming turns, and Colin is in the side of the road trying to get the correct angle. I'm just driving back and forth up and down this road. This is like my 4th time now. Can't complain though. This is really, really fun. So we're taking turns using the drone and the camera to get shots. This thing's a trooper. Yeah, this thing's awesome. From an aerial perspective, you can really get a sense of how majestic Mount Myogi is. And the road itself, wow. No matter what point of the Toge you're on, you have a spectacular view of the mountain range whose rugged beauty is almost dangerously distracting from the abundant twists and turns that you need to be concentrating on. While fans of Initial D have been able to race on a Toge virtually for years, it's really something else to drive it in real life. I'm telling you guys, if you're a car fan, it's something you have to put on your bucket list. Okay, now that we've gotten some cool drone shots, let's head over to the other side of the mountain, which is where the drift course is in real life. This is a clip from one of my previous drift hunting excursions on this course in Myogi. The drift course doesn't show up in the game, nor does it show up in the anime series unless I'm mistaken, but it's the section of Myogi that drifter Hashiriya used in real life. There's a couple reasons for this. First, this section of the course doesn't have cat eyes in the middle of the road, which is important because drifters tend to use the whole road when they drift. Secondly, historically, the other side has been a grip racing course, and it was considered very disrespectful if drifters drifted on the other side, kind of like gangs encroaching on each other's territory. Thirdly, this side of the Toge allows for much longer drifts because the corners are wide, the straights are long, and the course is steep, which makes the downhill good for low-powered cars and the uphill ideal for high-powered cars to drift on. Lastly, this side of Toge is a lot more deserted than the opposite side, so there is a much lower risk of stray cars coming through. We'll revisit this night in a future episode, so make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Alright, let's start Myogi downhill. At least half of it, anyway. This time, it's our turn to go down the drift course in the Roadster. In the last clip, we were going uphill, but now we are going to attempt the downhill. Because it's midday, we can run the course normally because the drifters only drift at night. And that's really fortunate for us because this side of the mountain is extremely fun to drive. My impressions driving on this side are that, well, it's an amazingly fun and engaging drive in the Miata. It's not too steep that it's scary, and the long turns make cornering an absolute joy. We're also really lucky to catch the sunlight streaming through the cherry blossoms during golden hour. This entire run felt and looked like a video game brought to life, and although you guys can't feel the wind rushing through your hair, the warmth of the sun hitting your skin, or the scent of the cherry blossom petals that landed in my car, I really hope that the first-person perspective of the helmet cam can convey some of the pure driving pleasure we felt during this drive. And if any one drive can convince one person to buy Miata, I hope this is it. This road proves that you don't need a high-powered car to enjoy driving. All you need is $2,000 for a 20-year-old Miata and a twisty back road for a sublime driving experience. Horsepower per dollar, or yen for that matter, nothing can beat an original NA Mazda Miata. It's the best. The best. I'm telling you guys, it's the best and you have to get one. I'll tell you guys a quick story. When I first came to Japan, I was originally planning to buy a GC8 Impreza WRX STI. I had already saved up the $4,000 to go buy it at a shop down near Tokyo. However, my friend, and at the time next door neighbor, owned a black NM Miata that I passed by in a parking lot every morning. At the time, Miatas weren't cool yet, so I thought nothing of the little roadster. That is, until a couple nights before I was going to buy the GC8, my friend told me she was actually trying to sell her Miata. She tossed me the keys and told me to take it for a drive in the local toge. I was sure that this tiny car would be too cramped and too slow to compare to a turbocharged all-wheel drive Subaru. However, once I got it down into the local toge 5 minutes down the road, the chassis came alive. Within minutes, the ethos of the Miata, the concept of Jinba Ittai, or horse and rider as one, became truly apparent. The 50-50 weight distribution and peaky engine were the ideal match for the narrow winding mountain roads of Gunma. The Miata joyfully danced around every turn and corner. Blasting down the valley, I felt like I had somehow been transported to the autumn ring stage of the PlayStation game Gran Turismo. Like this video and comment if you know what I'm talking about. And of course, once I got the top down and experienced open air motoring for the first time, I was hooked. There's literally nothing better than driving a sports car in the mountains of Japan with the top down. You could ask me 100 times, 1,000, and the answer will always be the same: Miata.
Alright, we should go back and climb that mountain. What's that? Yeah, that was incredible. That was so much fun.
Alright, so we're finally gonna start climbing Mount Myogi. We're gonna get to about there. And not from this entrance, that's the shrine. I'm gonna go over here. The sakura is still in full bloom. But way down there, the season's already over. So it's pretty awesome, Colin, you were able to come at the right time for this. Okay, so we're starting our hike here. We are right here. I think we're gonna go over here. No, we're gonna go over here. Crazy thing about Myogi is you climb chains to get up.
What?
Climb, Colin, climb. So, we're gonna go into that keyhole, go over it. Some Pocari Sweat before we make our way higher.
Oh shit. Okay. That's not good at all. Thank you.
So, my zipper just broke my bag. Now I can't shut it. So we're trying to come up with innovative solutions. Thinking
Just tying it with some dry. Oh, that's not gonna work.
okay, fortunately we had a towel. I'm just gonna use this to tie it up. Hopefully nothing falls out. There's a lot of stuff inside here. Kind of annoying, but oh well. Let's keep going.
Alright, so now we're gonna climb this thing. Ready, man? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Oh, shit. I don't know if you guys can appreciate how crazy this is right now. We are bracing against the side of this rock face. And one slip and long way down. Okay, gotta squeeze through this thing. If you're fat, you're not gonna be able to this time. You gotta brace yourself going backwards. Yeah. Cameras. You good? Don't get stuck there. Have a quick one, Albo. Look at this guy. Okay. Oh man. This is so physically strenuous. Woo! Dude, that was an accomplishment. So we just came from up there all the way down.
Yep.
Is this one steep? This looks pretty steep. Oh man. This isn't even the scary part.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That was scary. I'm like, oh shit. Oh man. Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. Ugh. Made it to this rock hole formation thing. There's a little lookout spot over here. That's really cool. Oh my god. Wow. We made it to one of the lookout spots. Look at this view. Incredible. It's over there. You feeling up for it?
Oh yeah.
Alright, let's go. Let's dash. Okay. Yeah. Guess what? We can keep going. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, we go down there. Yeah. Go down there. Climb up over here. Yeah, let's keep going. So, up here, you good? Hey, be careful, this is where it starts getting really dangerous. Alright. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, be very careful here. Oh my god. This is crazy. This is amazing right now. So that is, you gotta cross that. And it's literally 3 feet across, the meter across, and the other side is a sheer drop. So I'm gonna go over here. Okay, good. Oh man. More. All right. Dude, we freaking made it. Wow. All right,
If you look closely, you can see my car all the way down there in the parking lot. I can't believe we made it all the way up here. This is like a little ledge, and it's actually pretty terrifying.
So what I want to do is fly the drone up here. How cool is that going to be? So we're going to fly this baby up here. I wanted to do this for a long time. That's us up there. What's that? Yeah, just a few months. Can you hold? Film me. I'll bring it back now. Good job. Good job, drone. Good job, Mavic. And now this thing just folds up just like this. If you're wondering how big this thing is, well, here's a perfect comparison. There's a bottle of water about that big compared to Colin's DSLR. Whew. All right, so we gotta go back. Yep. Here's our way back. Put down. Same way we came up. Oh, it's just a loose chain. Okay. All right. Good. All right. Okay. Oh, this GoPro view is awesome. Yeah. You alright? That's a lot faster than coming up. Made it. Made it back. Hey guys, just a quick break from the video. I'd like to take a moment to give a huge thank you and a shout out to my supporters on Patreon. You guys are making it possible for me to continue working on my passion and to make better and better videos for you guys, my biggest fans. As you guys know, making great videos takes a lot of time and money, and your support helps with all the costs that I incur, such as transportation, editing and gear costs, music licensing, web hosting, and of course to help offset the cost of my time that goes into making these videos. I would love to work on Drifthunters full time, and your support is making it more and more feasible to do so. But not only that,
With your support, I think it's possible to take Drift Hunter to the next level. My goal is to get Drift Hunter on Netflix and eventually make a big Hollywood movie. I think it's possible with your guys' help, and if you'd like to read more about my plans, I would love for you to check out my Patreon page right here. Once again, thank you so much for your support, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video. Thanks. This next part is straight up real life Initial D. In the anime, Hachiroku and Sylvia battle on the downhill of Myogi. It happened in real life in front of our own eyes. Drifters, are they coming inside? Come on in, come on in. No, they're not. So we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go.
We are literally drift hunting.
Right now. Trying to catch up with that. Hachiroku. Yeah, Myogi. Fast.
Yeah.
I mean, they're obviously fast, but I didn't know they were fast. I thought at least they were like...
Catch the tail?
Yeah. All right, so we were going down Myogi and we saw some guys, and just so I'm with my new friends. Hello, and these guys drive really, really fast.
Very fast.
In a few moments, you are gonna see the difference between me and the real Nikes of Myogi in terms of raw driving ability.
薄いみたいに狭くないし、ダイナミックに上がってくるとこなんて、アキナにそっくりじゃねえか。そうじゃなくて、リズムが似てるんだよ。
I literally felt like Itsuki with how much I don't understand about racing.
I want to see these guys in action. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
We really wanted to go for a ride with them, so we just asked, and they said sure. Try to get behind this team. I got behind us. Oh, he's fast! Holy shit!
Oh man, that turn looks so sick.
Oh my god! Slow down, please.
I'm getting the back right now.
Okay.
Holy shit! These turns are so goddamn smooth.
Yeah.
This brings me like tap.
つけない。コーナー一つ抜けるたびに確実に差が開く。
I'm glad we saw that, man. This is the Japanese view.
This is amazing.
Yeah. Oh,
It's awesome how we made friends with them so quickly. Yeah. Think they want to hang out? Yeah, for sure. Maybe at least have dinner or something. Like a ramen. Right now we're gonna go have dinner. We're gonna have some sushi with our new friends, and yeah, it's awesome how friendly people are. Like, we just literally went up, we're like, hey guys, nice cars. In Japanese, and then they're like, oh, cool, where are you guys from?
And so we're here having dinner at Sushi, which is a kaisen sushi place, which is like the conveyor belt sushi. You've probably seen my other videos. And we're just hanging out. Drift hunting tonight, eh? Oh shit. Akake. Yabai. Allen desu. Allen-kun. Allen. Allen-kun でもいいですよ。最高。Yeah, wow. はじめまして。はじめまして。
Colin, yes. Colin, yes.
Kaiten sushi. Got all these yummy sushis pass by. Oh, thank you, thank you. Domo, 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 domo. All right. Before you eat, you say itadakimasu, which means, literally it means I'm about to consume, or I'm about to eat, or partake. Like, look, this is all the food that we've gotten so far. Look at that. Oh yeah. Yeah. We're playing a game, Wasabi Janken. Here we go, ready? Janken point! Oh! Janken point! Janken point! Ah!
Dun 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 dun. Oh.
You're breaking Japan, so he just tipped he tipped the sushi place, and then the lady was like, huh? How to show? So あれこの間行っちゃった。あ、どっか行っちゃった。本当に行っちゃったんだ。They took his car.
When I meet cool people, I always swap contact information and tell them about Drifthunter. Interestingly, most Hashiriya don't use Instagram or Facebook very much, but they're really active on Twitter.
はい、でもビレッツ隣に乗らせてもいいですか？いいですよ。いいですか？ I want to sit inside his FT. すげえ。うわーすげえ。Oh, it's nice. すげえ。うわ。狭い。そうなんか狭い。なんかロードスターより狭い。So we're in really mint twin turbo RX-7 FD. Dekimasu. We'll be right back. We're gonna for a quick spin. Horsepower はどのぐらいですか？
ノーマル。
Normal? 276? 200
これは
76
70ぐらいかな。
やばい。1900 99 Oh my god, it's so fast. It takes forever. This is incredible. Oh my god. It's so much faster than the car. めっちゃ速いですね。
めっちゃ速い。
めっちゃ速い。
GTR には勝てない。
そうですか？
GTR は最後で置いてかれちゃう。
速い。
いや勝てないな、悔しいな。
ストレートで、あとは
それの本当に最後が置いてかれちゃう。
So he was saying that against his GTR buddy, like he can't win because at the very last part the GTR pulls away. でもなんかコーナーとかどっちの方が速いですか？
こっち。コーナーはコーナリングマシン。
はい。So he was saying that like the R34 is slower around the corners than the FD because the FD is known as a cornering monster, really cornering machine.
コーナリングマシン。
Yeah. Like Japan's cornering machine. Very fast, very fast. As he uses back seats.
最下置き場って言われてる。
So in Japan, they call the place behind like the back seats of the FD a place where you can put your Suica card, which is just like a card you use to get onto the train. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Like, I think this is my favorite car I've ever ridden in. It's so fast. I can't believe how much grip it has. When I drive my car, right, I have a sense of how much I can push the tires and how fast I can take a corner. But in this car, it's like 4 times that fast. It's insanely quick. And I get like terrified when we approach a corner because like we're going way, way too fast. There's no way you can handle this corner. But just turns and like the car just moves. It's incredible. Out here in the small towns of Gunma, these young guys really live the Hashiriya life. It feels like nothing has changed since the 90s.
ずーっとまっすぐ行ってキューって回って
And really, it's because there's not that much else to do here. Cars and sushi. There are no clubs, not a lot of places to hang out, and most young people still live at home. So your car is the one place that's truly your own and where you can express yourself. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed watching today. We had a lot of fun with our new friends. It's amazing how hospitable they are here in Japan. You just gotta learn to speak a little bit of Japanese. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you. Good night. Good night. Everyone, just a few more things before the end of the video. Once again, thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon and by buying Drifthunter merchandise. You can find the links to my Patreon and my online store in the description box down below, which I also recommend that you read to get the full story of this video. Lastly, don't forget to turn on notifications so you get notified whenever I put out the next episode of Drifthunters. You can also sign up for my mailing list at drifthunter.net. And not only will I send you an email when I put out a new video, I'll also send you a digital copy of my book, Drifthunter Origins, which is the story of how I came to Japan and started working on Drifthunter. So once again, thank you so much, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Jane. Me and Colin are picking up a scooter that I bought for $100, and it's at some person I know's place, so I'm just gonna go pick it up. Hopefully it's not there. Oh, there it is. Yeah, here it is. Here's my baby. Yeah, $100. Wild Speed. Yeah, Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious.
All right. All right. Got a scooter.
See ya. Thanks, Chrissy. Woo! It's so fast. Really fast in the car. All right. So you turn this to start going.
Let the brakes out.
Yep. There you go. There you go. Don't crash.